Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Ward. I'm with from Friday Night Lights to Sunday Night Football. Here today with the great Fitch Heiges. He is a retired NFL commentator. We all know him, we all love him. He's been in the biz for 28 years, and he's a remarkable storyteller. So we're lucky to have time with him today. Fitch, welcome.
Thank you.
So Fitch, can you just, I know a lot of our viewers already know your backstory, but can you refresh our memories?
Yeah, so I'm from Austin, Texas. Texas is a big football state. Austin's a big football city. So I started playing football when I was growing up with my friends, little leagues, stuff like that. And I was pretty good, 7 touchdowns a game good. And then high school hit, my mom ran over my foot with her car. And that was that. That was my career.
How traumatic for you?
Yeah, it really was. And so, yeah, from there, I was thinking about playing football some more, but eventually stopped and leaned more into commentating. So I started asking neighboring Austin high schools if I could commentate their games, basketball, soccer, football, you name it. So I'd show up with my equipment, I'd be in the stands, and do my business up there. And that led me, whenever I got to university, that led me to start commentating smaller university and other bigger universities and their sports. And as the years went on, started building up some more experience, so I started commentating bigger university games, some playoff games before. And then, yeah, graduated, and that's where I got my first spot in the NFL.
Well, tell us about that. What was your big break into NFL broadcasting?
Yeah, so I was mainly at this time commentating college football playoffs and games. And this one commentator in the NFL, he lost his voice one night. And it was kind of a last-minute decision from the officials in the NFL, and they wanted me to commentate the game. So I was over-preparing the entire week beforehand, getting ready, and seemed to be over-preparing and did a great job, and that's where I kept getting hired afterwards.
Wow, so that was really serendipitous. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So if you had to describe, kind of what separates a great commentator from a good one, what would you say?
I'd say having empathy and also making a moment electric, having empathy for players. There's bad plays, there's bad calls, stuff like that, and to be able to empathize with the players and the coaches and the staff and the officials of the game. I think that makes you a great commentator. And then making a moment feel electric, having that energy and giving it all to the game to give the fans back at home a better watch.
That's a great answer. So thinking of those electric moments, what was the most electric game you've ever called?
I'd have to say when the Steelers beat the Seahawks in one of the most recent Super Bowls. I'm a big Steelers fan. Grew up with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben, and never really saw much success. And, from the booth, you can't say too much. You can't root for a team. But in my heart, I was so happy. And I got to commentate that Super Bowl, and that was one of the greatest moments of my life for sure.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So what challenges have you faced in your career, would you say? Is it necessary to speak all the time?
Yeah, that's probably the biggest issue when I started out my career. There'd be silence, and I always felt like I had to fill that silence with something, just say something. But eventually I realized, that silence is in the game as well, the fans aren't hearing much happen, and it kind of creates like a suspenseful moment, and it's better just to leave it sit.
Interesting. So there's been this evolution of social media, its entry into the sport, all sports really. Mm-hmm. So how would you say that the rise of social media has changed your profession?
I'd say there are some bad and good ways. I'd say the good ways are by giving people opportunity. They can put themselves out there, show the world their work, and it has given people many job opportunities. It's given me opportunities with other sports. So that's a good side. I'd say the bad side is it can spread stuff very quickly. So one wrong call or word on a broadcast, that could be your career right there.
So that's great. You've really cemented quite a legacy, and you've you've sort of become this guy that transcends NFL. Like you did that that documentary, that Emmy-winning documentary where you interviewed Greg Louganis and Roger Federer, LeBron James, Alex Ovechkin. You know, so those guys know you.
Yeah.
What do you hope your legacy in sports will be outside of all of these accomplishments?
I'd say I just want it to kind of give a boost to future generations. You know, if I were to look back, if I were 16, looking at what I've done in the past 28 years, I would not believe it at all. You know, I did not see this happening, did not see any opportunities at some points, and still made a career, very great career. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, I just want to fuel the future generations, let them know, you know, everything that they want sitting right there for them. They can go grab it.
How great. So why retire now?
You know, I've given my all to the sport, many sports across different platforms, met a lot of great people, a lot of great athletes, made some of the best connections of my life. And, you know, it's been 28 years. I think it's time to pass the torch to someone else.
So what's next?
You know, just chilling and like maybe giving out to the community and just hanging out with the kids and the wife. Yeah.
Taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Fitch. Thanks for coming on our show. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed talking to you. See you next time.
Thank you. All right, that's great.